Hi, Reggae Elliss in Thredbo with the Mountain Watch Snow Report for Thursday, August 8th, with thanks to XTM Performance. Well, if you're wondering who this person is standing next to me, it is Andrew Pollard, professional free skier from Alta, Utah, who has been competing on the Freeride World Tour for 6 full years. Quite a successful career.
Yeah, just finished that up, so I'm done competing now. And yeah, got to come down to Australia, checking out the scene down here, and yeah, been a warm welcome and a good time.
Yeah, well, it's pretty awesome to have you here. Obviously, you're on your way to New Zealand where you work on the Freeride Junior events, helping Dion Newport over there. But you dropped in here to Australia. Your sponsors, Pit Vipers, sort of brought you down here. And yeah, it's great. You've had a pretty good week.
Yeah, it's been awesome. We started the trip over at Hotham for the Freeride comp that they did over there. It was really cool to meet a lot of the Australian free skiing community. It's a lot bigger and a lot closer than I thought it would be. Yeah, special to be down here. The snow is better than I thought it would be.
I was going to say, what were your preconceptions about skiing in Australia?
They weren't, I didn't have a lot of high expectations, let's just say that. But my low expectations have been farly exceeded down here. It's actually been a really fun time.
Now, down in Mount Hotham, they had the junior event and a one-star qualifier. What's your thoughts on the event and free riding potential in Australia for events?
I actually think there's a lot more potential than people give it credit for. I think the venue doesn't actually have to be as gnarly. Like, you're not going to get a European face down here, so don't try and do that. Like, it was pretty cool. It was an Australian freeride comp. The venue wasn't insane, but people were skiing really well. Lots of good community. The crowd was bigger than some of the World Tour events I've been to. Yeah, really special community. We had a ripping after party after, and
good times. And
they should do more of them.
Yeah, well, exactly. Well, speaking of that, you're here in Thredbo. They've got the Battle on the Bluff freeride comp happening in Thredbo on Monday. You were just checking out the area in the Bluff where it's going to be held. What are your thoughts on that?
I think it's perfect. A couple of good little jumps, some nice flat cliffs for people to jump off. Should be an entertaining spectacle for the people who decide to huck themselves off the big features. And yeah, it's a good time. So if you've ever thought about trying to do one, it's a perfect opportunity to sign up. There's money on the line, good times, meet some new friends. And if you just want to come up and spectate, it's always fun to watch these events and bring a beer up and enjoy the sun.
Yeah. Well, and looking at that, like, hopefully, freeride growing in Australia, it'd be good if that Bluff event could be like a sanctioned junior freeride event at least.
Oh yeah, I think that you guys need to have a little junior tour over here, because that's all it really takes is doing those small events. That's how you start it, and then build that community from there. Because like showing up at Hotham, they had too many people to run in one day.
Yeah, right.
They oversold the event, so like there's obviously potential there.
Yeah, there's definitely keen.
Someone needs to step up and run the thing.
Yeah, well, you can come back here next year. Maybe we'll see Pit Viper sponsor it.
Yeah, sounds perfect.
All right, okay, Andrew. Well, I'll let you go and do a few free runs, and then we'll get into the snow report.
Yeah, cool. Great to be here.
Yeah, well, there you go. So, Andrew Pollard. Well, what we have here today, we've had this sunshine going on forever across here. Well, it seems like forever. 12 days since the last snowfall in New South Wales. Saw about 5 to 7 centimetres across Falls Creek and Mount Hotham on Monday. Cold overnight temps have kept the snowpack in really good condition, and a lot of snowmaking as well. Today here in Thredbo, we've got some strong winds up high, not causing any lift problems out of the northwest, around about 50 kilometres per hour. Blew in some nice pockets of windblown snow, and the groom runs were perfect this morning, and we got all 15 lifts open. Over at Perisher, 46 lifts open across the resort. Nice packed cover of snow. The on-piste runs in great shape, and also some nice pockets around Mount Perisher. Charlotte's Pass, 4 lifts open there on a good cover of packed snow, while in Mount Selwyn they have an average base about 30 centimetres, 5 lifts open. Down in Victoria, well, as Andrew said, there's been a good cover down at Mount Hotham, skiing really well across the entire resort with 12 lifts open there, and in Falls Creek looking pretty good, average base 77 centimetres, a good cover of dry packed snow. And in Bulla, in and out there's been some nice snow. The groom runs definitely the pick. Now, if you're heading up for the weekend, we are going to see some snow showers develop for Victoria tonight, probably about 5 centimetres in the early hours tomorrow morning before that clears off, and then we're going to see a mainly fine weekend with light winds. As for the next snowfall, well, we're going to be waiting a little while for that before we see a decent one. Check the Grasshoppers forecast tomorrow morning to see if there's anything in the extended forecast. This has been Reggae Elliss in Thredbo for XTM Performance.